Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we currently need a fair amount of additional light residential. This is not surprising, and of course we're going to have to come on out over here and put in some additional light residential. So first things first, let's just get some roads going, shall we? We're just going to bring this out to be 224 meters. There we go, and then we'll bring it down over here. That's 229, but that might just be due to the lay of the land. That's okay. Also, it looks like we might be exiting here at a bit of an angle, but I believe that we looked at this previously and determined that we don't actually think that this is at an angle here. It's just the lay of the land, I think. This section out here might be, potentially. And we can rebuild this section, I suppose. But for now, what we need to do is we need to bring this out over 112. So that'll be right here. Perfect. And then we'll just bring that on down because we need to get this area built out, right? So then we bring this over to 112 and then this down to, this will be 224 in theory, but in actuality it's 229. We're not shocked about that. So this is not going to get us another vertical highway over on this side just yet, unless we expand it out over here. That's probably ultimately okay. I want to bring this road out to be about here. There we go. And we know that we are going to need to extend some highways. So let's do that now. Let's get this out of here. I just want to verify that this is straight. I'm 99% certain that this is actually straight here. Yeah. It's just the lay of the land. So that's expected, I think. What we want to do is we want to bring this guy here and then out over here. And this doesn't look straight at all. But I think it is, in all actuality. I think that this is correct. We just have some awkward hill going on here. It's not even that awkward, is it? But you know, if we look at this, it sure does look straight from that perspective. It's just from this perspective that it doesn't. And I think that is due to that hill. I think that's a 100% chance. Now, we do need to build a road through here, and the easiest way to measure that at this point, I think, would be to bring this guy out. 113 is close enough, and that would just go straight up through there. Okay. Man, that looks crooked. But I really don't think it is, to be clear. I really don't think that that's crooked. I really just think that that's the hill. And that's the hill that we're going to die on here. So we're just going to bring this down to here. Looks good. And we're just going to run these roads straight on through. Shouldn't be too much work through here. This one is not correct, is it? No, that is good. It's fine. No issue at all. Okay, so we'll get that road built, and of course we're going to have to connect this road through. So that'll go to about here. And then from there, that'll connect straight down. And we'll need to extend a highway down here eventually, right? Hang on a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I doing? This is where the highway goes. Isn't it? Yeah, it's 4 vertical roads, not 5. What are we doing? Okay, let's get this section of road out of here. Phenomenal. I thought something didn't feel right, and that explains it. Okay, let's extend out this highway for right now. Actually, we really should connect these roads first, just to make sure we're not going to have a pillar issue. This is the better way to do it. So we'll put this in here. There were technically 2 spots there that were both 90 degrees. We'll go with that one. And
is anyone?
Yeah, that'll do.
My keys.
Okay.
What?
So next up, we're going to extend this guy out to be
sorry about
here.
That. It's nothing important. I just lost my keys. I'm sure.
Once again, this looks like it's not straight, but I'm 99% certain that it is actually straight.
Please don't.
That looks so not straight.
The old hornbuckle mobile, please.
This looks like it's just generally skewed.
Well, never mind then.
Like, this is really off-center, isn't it?
Second moon.
What do we got going on here? This is really, really, really off-center here. Okay. Why is this so off-center? If we check these lengths, so the length from here down to, like, here, right? So what is this length? This is 225 meters. That is about right. What is this length? That's too long. Why is this so tall here? It's correct over here. This is correct. This is about correct, but actually, I think that's where the overall problem comes in. So if we look at this, as we go up through here, this all appears straight. Is it this road that's crooked? I don't know. There's clearly something crooked here, and it's getting worse. So I'm going to take out Crest Street through here. We're going to do something like that. That is clearly not correct, right? So we take this up to be 224 meters is about right here. That is the correct length there. So then this gets built in here. That's at exactly a 90-degree angle. That all feels quite correct. This does not. This similarly doesn't feel correct. I wish we could turn the camera into an orthographic rather than perspective camera. Can we do that in the photo mode? We can change the sensor size. Let's see. These are the... Yeah, this is the overall camera settings here. We could change it over to a... Whoa, that's zooming backwards. Okay. I don't know why zooming is suddenly inverted, but okay. We can also see that the update in this blurred area behind here is not running at the full frame rate. Okay, that's exciting too. So this is not updating our preview here, sadly. Okay, so I don't think that that's actually going to be helpful. So to that end, we're just going to have to try to figure this out. So it looks to me like we're good up through here. Once we go through here, it should go more like that. So if we're following this and going straight over, hang on, I'm just going to, you won't be able to see this, but I'm going to grab a piece of paper here. Surely I have a piece of paper. Okay, I'm going to grab a piece of paper and I am checking to see how straight we are using the piece of paper. We are a little bit crooked from this perspective. It is definitely slightly crooked here. On the... So this area is slightly crooked. Looking at it with the piece of paper, yes. Out over here, we're relatively straight. Relatively. It's not perfect. It's a little bit crooked over there as well. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this section of highway out of here. We're going to eliminate these as well. They were not difficult to build, and they won't be difficult to rebuild. This is clearly lower. I'm going to get rid of the roundabout, and we're going to rebuild that section of highway. I'm going to do the same thing down over here. So we're going to get rid of Chestnut Highway in its entirety, and we're going to redo that. This over here absolutely needs to be rebuilt. There's no doubt about that. And this is where we start to go off here. This is ever so slightly south of where it should be, I feel like. So I'm going to take us out over here. We're going to get rid of that roundabout, and we're going to rebuild this entire section of highway. Hopefully we can figure this out. It would be awkward if we couldn't. So we're going to, taking a look in here, this is definitely still skewed southward. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, so this might be endemic to this highway. We might need to simply remove this entire highway. This feels about right here. I think this is where it started to drift southward. Now that I look at it. So we're just going to get all of this out of here for the time being. Yes, this looks about correct. Okay, Let's see what it would look like if we extend this out from here directly out to here. We can see we are overlapping items here. So this was clearly in a different position previously. Where would it have been? Well, actually, that's just the pillar, right? Because that's being built underneath. So clearly the pillars were different. That's okay. We're going to put this in like so. Do not be at 179 degrees. Only snap to angle at this point. So that's an overlapping item. Yep. We definitely are at a different angle than we were previously. Okay. 100%. Look at how different we are from our previous corridor. You can see it from the unzoned area. I'm not sure if I nailed that. I'm going to take that section out. We're going to snap to everything. Now we're going to snap to only angle. Okay. We are in a significantly different space here. And that's good. That's what we want. So I think we correctly identified where we went wrong. That is so much better. That is so much better. Now the question is, where did we go wrong here? Was it here or was it further back? This looks correct. This looks approximately correct. This looks approximately correct too. Okay, we're going to need to do our on-off ramps and our roundabouts through here. So let's get that done real quick. Roundabout, here. That slope too steep. Okay, that's mildly awkward. We can get rid of like this section here. That slope too steep. Mildly awkward. I think it's actually maybe a pillar issue. Okay. That's very awkward. I want to have this snapping. Bring this guy right on in. Okay. I want this roundabout right here. Now it works. Okay, sure. That is fine. So we'll bring this in, and we'll bring this in. Yep, no problem at all there. Cool. Next intersection. We're fine. Next intersection. That gives us invalid shape here. Okay, now it looks like it's this area out over here. Probably a pillar issue, if I had to guess. That works, and we're good. Okay. So no problem over there. I want to get our on-off ramp set up here. So how far back do we have to go? We have to go back to here? Gotcha. Okay, this shouldn't be a big deal to get these done. So we're just going to bring this in here, and we're going to bring it in about here. That's an overlapping item due to the pillar there. But it lets us do it here. So that's fine. We will, of course, say no left turns here or here. Then we're going to come up over here and continue our off ramps here. Here should be fine. And we'll bring this guy up and in here. No left turns here or here. Perfect. Next one. So that's going to be, of course, around here. Sure, that'll do. And somewhere around here. Now that slope too steep. I can see that we had it spread out a fair amount further before. Sure, I guess we'll do it again. So that's basically the same spot as we had it before. No left turn here, no left turn here. Okay. So then next up is going to be off ramps up over here. And we're going to have to rezone these areas too. So that's absolutely fine. Let's bring this out over here. And then bring this right on in. There we go. I guess that'll do. And no left turn here or here. Perfect. And now for ramps here. This is going to be potentially spicy, looking at the way that that's set up. Did we not have ramps here before? We might not have had ramps here before. Okay, well that would be awkward. That slope too steep. So actually, no, the ramps were out over here. That's not surprising, given the slope too steep situation. What is a little surprising is that we managed to get these ramps in here at all. This one looks like it was way out over here. Okay. I think that what we should do here is probably consider leveling this out. That would involve bulldozing all of this, which I guess is okay. So we can do that for the time being. We can take this out of here. Take this out of here. And get rid of these as well. Just get those out of the way. Eminent domain. I love it. So next we're going to use the level terrain tool, and I'm going to level this out like this. There we go. Obviously, this is going to be a bit of an issue over here, but we're going to use the slope terrain tool, and we're going to slope it from about here and about here. Okay, that didn't slope quite as much as I wanted it to, especially not over here. But there we go. That should hopefully do the trick. Then we're going to see if we can squeeze a road through there. That's not bad. Now I'm going to remove these houses, and we're going to see about softening all of this out. Okay. We've got some awkwardness going on here, of course. I do want to still have this be leveled through here. Okay. Now we bring the highway in. So the highway is going to come in. Hang on. This is not an off-ramp. 4-lane, 2-way highway. There we go. We want to bring this in right here and then down over to the roundabout, right? That is slope too steep, and that's not, I suppose, shocking that that's slope too steep. I think we might want to elevate up the roundabout a little bit further here.
What kind of
So we would
future
bring
does
like
music
these
have if
out
it
like
doesn't look to
this.
its past? Well,
And
I
then
think the
what we'd
question
look to
speaks
do is
for
we'd just
itself.
connect
Here on
this
Second Moon, we know
here,
you can't move forward
like
unless
that.
you keep both
And then
eyes
this
steadily
section of
tracked
highway
on
would come
what's behind
in
you.
here, and then would go out here. And that slope too steeping over here. I guess that's fair enough. What if we take this section out, hypothetically? That should still be a significantly higher roundabout. Slope too steep here. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's right there that's causing that slope too steep. I guess that's fair enough. What if, hypothetically, we ran it like this? This connected in here, right? And then we took this out. And we built the roundabout here. That's interesting. That slope too steep there, but it's not all that steep, to be honest. That's still giving us slope too steep over here, though. So I feel like what we need is a flat portion of highway here. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to end up needing. So we need this altitude to be up a little bit higher, right? And that'll need to go to like here-ish. And then come in over here. It's not exactly flat, but let's see how that ends up handling it. So then this would get merged in over here. But what happens if we now put in the roundabout? I would not want this to be snapping like this, though. Yeah, that's going to be potentially problematic. I think we're going to have to bring in the highway over here. That's a 7.8% grade, so that's not too bad on that grade. But now that's giving us slope too steeps here. It doesn't look that steep, all things considered. We just need to spread it out a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the highway out over here and connect it in like that. That's now a 6.8% grade. And then up here we might need to do a similar sort of thing, where we take this out here. This is no longer quite as low. And we build in the highway from here, in theory, to here. That's overlapping items due to this area. But what if we dropped a pillar here and then went down? Like this. That isn't too bad. And that allows the roundabout. I love it. Now can we connect in from this side? Actually, yes. But I'm going to take this back to here, and we're going to extend from here. Just to have that be a little bit less extreme of a grade. Okay. That should do the trick. Now we can put in our on-off ramps here, which, in case you forgot, that was the entire point of doing this. So an on-ramp would go about here. That's still sloped too steep, but we can put it here. This is technically not connected. Okay. Now it's going the wrong way, of course. So that'll need to get turned around like that. But that's okay. Then we would bring it out over here and hope that we can squeeze this guy in over here. We can. I want it to extend out a little bit further than that, though. Yeah, something more like this. It's still not great. It's a much sharper bend. Yeah, I don't love it. So this would then come out like over here-ish, but I would like it to come out like maybe around here? I'll do that, but I'm going to redo this side. Okay. So we're going to bring this out something more like that. It's better. It's not perfect, but it'll do. No left turn, no left turn, no left turn. Okay. Beautiful. Now we can smooth out this terrain. So we'll just do something kind of like that. Okay. That should work. Beautiful. Next up, over here. That definitely took longer than anticipated, but that tends to happen, actually, when we have situations like that. We can just bring in our ramp over here, and then our ramp something like that'll do. And then we can forbid left turns in various locations. Perfect. Next up, over here. In theory, we shouldn't have any other major issues. On-ramp here and off-ramp. We can see that this connected previously here. And I guess we'll reconnect it there. Slope too steep is going to potentially be a thing. Well, let's see if we can get that narrowed in a little bit. I would prefer it if we could get it narrowed in like this one. That would be ideal. And it's fine. Yeah, we can get that a little narrower. No problem. It's not necessarily perfectly symmetrical, but it'll do. And no left turn there or there. Looks good. We will have to rezone this area again, and we are definitely going to do that as soon as we get done with this segment. Okay, this can go here. Can we get this in a little bit narrower over here? Yes, we can. Phenomenal. Okay, no left turn here, no left turn here. Okay, now we've got this area, which is the new area. Good. Of course, we're not done with this particular project yet. We'll get that merged in here and that merged down here. No left turn here, no left turn here. That'll do for now. And we can come up over this way, get an off-ramp here, and an on-ramp. Perfect. And as far as our turns go, no left turn, no left turn. Okay. Now, this is going to end up being a highway over here, and we'll have to figure out where exactly that goes. It's, I think, right here, but that's fine for the moment. We're not too concerned about that because the Empire Highway needs to be rebuilt. Now, I'm wondering about this positioning here, right? So if we have this here, we know that 113 is, yeah, that's pretty much bang on centered. Okay. Let's just build this highway out from here. I want to snap only to angle now. And we'll have this be at 10 meters. So we'll put it there, 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 there. And that slope too steep overlapping items. Interesting. What kind of a slope do we have going on here? Honestly, that's only an 8% grade. It's the slope over here that would be the problem. So I think we just need to take out this section of highway down to here. That'll be fine. And we snap this in. Only be on angle snap, please. And we then just proceed with this road through here. This does seem much, much straighter. Yes, indeed it does. That'll be phenomenal. And then we bring this guy up and snap only to angle now. That's giving... Hang on. That's a successful connection. I like it. Can we get a roundabout in there? I'm not surprised that that sloped too steep. I'm deeply not surprised about it. But it's only on the one side. So we can take this out. No problem. Slap that in. And then bring this guy back in. Beautiful. No problem whatsoever there. We do have more on-off ramps to do over here, and I'd like to get those done yet this episode. It's a little bit late in the episode, but let's see if we can't just cruise right through these. So one about here. Technically doesn't connect, but that's okay. We'll connect it in a moment. And then one off over about here. Please connect. Thank you. We'll get that turned around. There we go. And no left turn. No left turn. Perfect. Next up would be right up here. Off ramps. So we are, of course, in curve tool, and we can select here. That slope too steep. Okay, we're going to have to back this off and maybe make it a little wider. That's not too bad. So then this guy can come in right about here. Looks good. As far as turns go, no left turn here, no left turn here. Beautiful. And then we can do an on-ramp somewhere around here, and an off-ramp somewhere around here. It's definitely not perfectly symmetrical, but it doesn't have to be for this particular situation. Then up over here, we would do our off-ramp around here. Was that slope too steep? Hang on. Overlapping items. That's a pillar issue. Okay. So right there, and then in about here. Looks good. No left turn, and no left turn. Thank you very much. Okay, so that is all of that put in. This is much better positioned. Much, much, much better. Okay, magnificent. I'm much happier with that. It feels like we didn't get a lot done this episode, to be honest, but honestly, I think we did. I do want to rezone these areas while we're thinking about it. So this should be low-density housing over here, I believe. I just want to grab something like this, and we're just going to move this all the way over to about here. And that is indeed all low-density housing. This area over here should, I think, get rezoned as well, but that should be everything at this point. Cool. So that'll do for right now. Next episode, we're going to build this highway over here and get this overpass situation set up, get this connected over here, get this meta block all good to go. Actually, these two meta blocks all good to go, and hopefully we'll start to hit an end to our low-density residential demand. But that is not a right now sort of thing. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.